Hey, it's Michael Saul, also known as Tiny, and this is the market video for the week of November 3rd, 2014. So let's take a look at what happened in the market last week. Well, the V has completed. That's the V reversal. We had the pullback here where everybody called the new bear market starting, and all of a sudden, boom, we came back and we fell just a couple of cents shy of the all-time highs. The all-time closing high was 85 cents, right? Yes. No, it was 82 cents, sorry. The all-time high was 90 cents, 201.90. This is on the SPY. So Friday we went to 201.82, but it's basically a retest of the highs here. Now, I really thought after this bounce up, I thought we would consolidate or pull back and then at least come down for maybe a partial test, but we didn't. This is what is considered a pullback in this move. Ready? That day, and that's about it. That was the only pullback. I'm sorry, I'm laughing. I just find it amusing that everybody was just calling for the end of the world here, and the bulls were just like, nah, we're gonna use this as yet another opportunity to step in and rally. I missed most of this down and up move being hurt with the stupid back injury, and I really appreciate all the wonderful words that everybody has sent me via email, asking me how I was doing and wishing me well and telling me their own experiences, which were scary, but what can I do? It's always good to hear another point of view on it, and I still have some pain. I am sitting here talking to you, which is a big change from what was going on a month ago. But it still hurts to walk, so I'm getting there. I'm doing physical therapy. I'm going to the chiropractor. So I'm very hopeful, bad word, I know, that I'll be back to full strength in a couple of weeks, but I'm taking it for now, one day at a time. So anyway, again, thanks for all the great words of encouragement and support. I really appreciate it. So that's the S&P 500. Let's look at the Dow. See, the Dow hit a new all-time high. So you can see here, right? That's rocking and rolling. The Russell got it back above its moving averages. It's still lagging, but it had a couple of really nice rips and isn't really that far off all-time highs. You can see they're up there at let's call it 121 for now. Okay, mid-caps as well. Okay, they look like they want to go to their highs, and the Qs are at new multi-year highs. And like I said a few weeks ago, because of how we closed above the 78.6% retracement, I am now targeting new all-time highs on the NASDAQ. I don't think it happens this year. Could it? I mean, would take a lot of work these next 2 months by the bulls, but I am targeting those highs, not by the end of the year, but sooner rather than later. In other words, not a few years from now. I mean, that's what it's looking like. It looks like it's more could be a few months from now rather than a few years from now. But again, here's the challenge that I see ahead for the bulls. I don't like this type of move. I don't like the V reversal. It's great. I mean, it puts pain on the bears and it smacks their hand and all that, but still, this type of momentum, it's very dangerous, because what are you going to do, jump on board new highs? Really? Because if you did that on the gap up, you closed the week a loser, right? I mean, you closed the session a loser. Sorry, you didn't close the week a loser if you jumped on last Monday. So, I am still, and I know it's what I've been saying for the past, I guess, couple of weeks here. I'm looking for something like a pause, something even like this. And of course, this gave no great entry on Friday because we just gapped so high above it. But I'm looking for a pause or a pullback, a place to lean in against support, put a tight stop, and get on board. All right. And look, I know we've been up for a number of years, but there has been plenty of opportunity to get in on pullbacks. All right. So it's not like such a foreign thing. I got an email saying, well, you're always waiting for pauses and pullbacks. Yeah, because I'm not looking to jump in on momentum. Okay, this is a pause that breaks. This is a pullback that breaks. This is a pause that breaks and snaps off everybody who's late to the party. Okay, this was a new multi-year high for the Qs, 10 plus year, 12 year, whatever it is high. And it just totally snapped them off. Big, nice 10% flush down. I mean, that's no joke. 10 points on the Qs. All right. I mean, yeah, it's not the big bear market that everybody, the I told you so bears were saying, but, it's still a sharp move. So, in my opinion, consolidations and pullbacks are still the way that we should be looking. Let's take a look at some sectors. Semiconductors, they look like they want to test the highs up there. Clad tanker, I mean, just look at this. Look how wild this move is. Looks like it wants to go to the highs. Intel, if it can get above the 50-day moving average, it should be targeting up here. Let's see, but like a NVIDIA. Yeah, I mean, even NVIDIA's on the move. 20, or this high is really the key number, but 20 is a whole number over there. How about the banks? Yeah, banks on a serious mission. Look like they want to go up to that recent high. You got Bank of America here, 1740s. You got JP Morgan. So that wants to take the highs. You got Citigroup. All right, again, I mean, but these are big V's, so you want to see a pause or a pullback or something setting up here. His Bank of New York got over the 50-day moving average. Let's see if it keeps going. See if we get up to the high at $40.80. Looks like that could happen. Let's look at Zion. Yeah, got to get through that 200-day moving average. Northern Trust. Got to get through the 50-day moving average. Broker-dealer. It looks like that's going to the highs. Goldman, on a mission. New multi-year highs. Just on a mission here. We're going to even go to the weekly. I mean, if it's threatening this high here at 192.17, if it can get through it, I mean, you got next resistance up here at 192.49. Is that all? No, that can't be it. At 203.39, there it is. So that would be next, if it can get past the first resistance here on Goldman. Let's look at Morgan. Yeah, lagging a little, but maybe after a pause it could try that. I mean, this is just a sloppy pattern. Let's see if we can get some trend lines put in. Something like this. Yeah. All right, let's look at some other stocks. Apple, just on a mission. Looks like it wants to go to 110 at a minimum. Amazon still looks crappy. See if it holds the 20 EMA here. If it does, could be going for a retest down. Google has to get through that 50 and 200 day, known as this is the death cross here. The 50 crosses through the 200. First time it's done that since back here July of 2012. But you see how long it lasted, right? There's the death cross that everybody says, oh, that's the death of equity, and then all of a sudden it's right back above it and rocking and rolling. Now, when it did it here, it went a little bit further. So I'm not saying it never works, right? This is when it happened here. It went a little bit further down, but right here it just popped right back up. Will it do the same over there? Let's look at like a Priceline.com. Watch the 200-day moving average. See if that holds. How about a Rackspace? Rackspace is still sloppy here, but you got this high right here to watch at $40.50. Las Vegas Sands and Wynn, they look similar, but Las Vegas, I think, has a little bit of a better pattern here. Let's see what we got. We could stalk this one, see which way it tips to. Here's Wynn Las Vegas. I'm sorry, I call it Wynn Las Vegas, but it's Wynn Resorts. Sorry. See if it can get out of this little consolidation and try for the 200-day. Potash, watch the 200-day moving average above. Caterpillar, Doji at the 200-day. If that holds, could want to come down and test the short-term moving averages, but if it could get through, you're watching 104 next. John Deere, watch the 200-day moving average. Bonds, after this blow-off, it's just continuing to consolidate here. It is at support, so if it holds here, look for a bounce. You want to watch maybe the 144 area on the upside, but if it fails, you got the 50-day moving average. Notes, very similar. Watch the 50-day moving average as well if it continues lower. Gold, yeah, gold got smushed. We've got to look at the yen too, but gold got smushed here. And the gold bugs are getting squashed. And I mean, if this was a halfway pattern on the weekly chart, this thing is This thing could go back down to breaking the '08 lows. It will cause a lot of pain here. Cause a lot of pain. All right, down here, let's see, that's 7, what is that, 85? Yeah, so it could, if it gets smushed here, it could, yeah, it could even go through that if this pattern is setting up here. But the gold bugs, they're tough because they don't like to give up so fast. Silver, yeah, it looks like silver wants to trade to the 13s again if it continues. I mean, it is, they're definitely oversold, gold and silver, with the sharp move here. We highlighted this, what was this, a few weeks ago or last week, where we consolidated. We said it was going one way or the other. Wound up going lower here. Let's look at crude oil. Yeah, crude oil still looks lower to me. Looks like it's consolidating and getting ready to move. Wheat, corn, and soybeans are in corrective moves in a strong trend. I don't think they're gonna form V reversals, with these being the V's. So even if they are to go higher, I'm looking for a pullback or a pause at least. And if the pullback or pause isn't severe, then yeah, it could set up for higher prices. All right, the euro, if I could type it in correctly. Okay, so the euro has a potential double bottom here, but if it loses that, then watch out for those July 2012 lows to be tested. And the yen, with the Bank of Japan news, I mean, this is the dollar versus the yen. Look at this move, just quick shot up right there. Here is the yen versus the dollar. So the inverse. You can see it's just getting shellacked here. So looks like this is headed in short order, no pun intended, to the '07 lows. It looks like a magnet at a minimum down there. Okay, let's see if I can get it better. I mean, it'll be inverted with the dollar yen, but yeah, okay. So now you can see here, there's a lot of. I mean, the dollar yen could, really, I mean, just broke a monthly trend line here that dates back, what is this, down in the 90s here, right? What is this? Yeah, 98. I mean, that's, yeah, this is a really big trend line here that it broke through. It actually didn't break through this month, it broke through last month, but still, I mean, and last month meaning September, not even meaning October, because this was the October month. But wow, yeah, this could be the start of something big here. So keep your eyes on the dollar versus the yen, or the yen versus the dollar if you're trading the futures. This is to be trading cash in the futures. So what is the short-term plan? I believe that we are going to go higher. I believe we are overbought. I believe that we are going to pull back or pause. I know I've been saying that and I've been wrong, but if you think that this type of trajectory is going to continue, I think you're being foolish. I think that, if anything, it's going to pull back, it's going to pause. I don't think the pullback, catching the pullback, is a shorting up unless you're doing it intraday. So, I think that to watch for a pullback or watch for a consolidation and look to get on board, for more upside here. Could we rally into the end of the year? Absolutely. Like I said, I still think the NASDAQ will test the all-time high. Don't think they do it this year. Never know. We do have 2 months. I just don't think they're going to do it. So definitely pay attention to that. All right? And any questions, tiny@stockmarkettrendzex.com. Sunday night strategy sessions will be returning shortly. Paul has been really on me about getting that started. So, again, as soon as I can sit for enough time, I'm going to do it, and that looks like that time is around now. So I'm going to be giving it a shot sooner rather than later, and I think we're going to have a nice, profitable end-of-year move. All right, tiny@stockmarkettrendzex.com, or you can sign up for the website, sign up for the alerts at at stockmarkettrendzex.com. Get the daily email, which I'm back to doing. All right, talk to everybody next week's video or daily through the email. Have a great week.